You'll be coming to 5 to go this time.
It was almost a great race. If I hadn't have lost my 4th position, I would never have been embroiled in that mess back there. That's the irritating thing.
iRacing, wow.
Uh-oh.
You were close.
Just try and hold on to not losing too much iRating.
You were close.
Yeah, safety reasons, yeah. It makes sense.
Just unlucky. We've got to go to the language and stuff, but yeah, you know how frustrating it gets because it's not directed really at anyone.
Salty Aussie.
Yeah, lol. Wah, 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 wah.
He's not happy at all. Didn't the spotter say you can stay on the track? I don't know. Top left it said pit for repairs, so I assume you have to. That could have been such a great race as well. If those two hadn't have ding-donged and took each other out, the 3 of us would have had a really interesting time. But we'll see it on the replay. He basically ran wide into the guy, and then the 2 of them cut back into me. I had nowhere to go.
Couple more laps.
Fire your current spotter and hire Doyle. Doyle will just go to sleep. You check sporting code for meatball flag rule, but you can continue with damage. In the past you could only pit if you explicitly needed to. This is the thing, is like, the car was drivable, I was still competitive. You know, it wasn't like it was... There was significant damage, but I could still keep control of the car. I mean, sure, there was people passing me, but it was only like, at most half a second a lap, maybe not even that.
White flag lap, my man.
Frustrating. I feel like it was almost a wonderful race. But some people just couldn't avoid each other.
Too much on me anyway. Well done, Chris, on the second, mate. Well done, buddy.
Oh well, hope for the next one won't be so bad. See that a fluke?
Yeah, now I can say, well done, Chris. You cop.
Did you hear that? He's still really salty, that guy. Fourth to... What did we do? Fourth to eighth. Actually, what did I start in? Fifth?
Did a good job there.
I went fifth to fourth, I think. And then all the way down to about 10th, and then finished in 8th.
It doesn't matter. You're getting protested anyway.
Let's have a look at the replay.
Yeah. Once again, guys, I apologise for the language.
You can't just sit there and swear repeatedly, rant at everybody, and then say at the end, I'm sorry for that.
Still iRacing about it.
Which is my mute button.
Because it does happen.
Tell me which is my mute button. I think I found it.
But yeah, no, good on.
There we go. Shut up, Matt. Right then, let's go back and have a look. Peterbilt, it's just frustration, tragedy, and lies. Tragedy. Let's see. Where did all that shenanigans occur? So this is probably... That was my best lap. That was probably where I lost my position. Yeah, this is probably where I touched the grass with the back wheel and went out. Yeah, I turned in too early. Turned in too early, accelerated out. That's the slippy stuff, and that's what happens. So that was my fault completely. 100% driver error. Get back on the track. Get back in the fight. Two people take each other out, so I jump up 2 places. And then I think I start catching these 2 guys, and then this is where it all starts going wrong. See, so far they're doing okay. They're like, they're racing pretty clean. See, he nearly lost it then. Like, he nearly loses it, and then he actually does lose it. Just a little bit too much trail braking, puts him off the track. I jump back in, take up another place. Start gaining on these guys. Yeah, it's the guy with the blue wheels. There we go. Now, I remember the 3 of us got mixed up with each other. Yeah, I start putting pressure on him just to see what he'll do. So that was a tail ender. We lapped him. So he goes slightly wide here. This is where it starts. So he makes a braking error. Just here. That allows me and this guy to basically take the inside line. But he has then more exit speed as he comes out of here. And I basically follow his drag. So the pair of us then overtake this guy. But he doesn't give up easily. If I remember, he's like slots back in or something. Or tries to. There you go. So we've got him. But I have to go around the outside. And that's cool. So we get another place back. You must promise your firstborn to iRacing to become a member. So that's cool. He's now in the distance a little bit, although he's catching up on that straight. think it might be these two then. Stewart's inquiry incoming. Yeah, it's these guys here. This is the problem. You can see they're basically ding-dong with each other a bit. He's nowhere in the mix. So look at this. These two were battling each other around the bend, and I had pretty good exit speed. So I just kept going. And I was looking for where I could dive through. I couldn't get that way, he shut it, so I went that way. And then I was like, okay, so what we're going to do here, I'm just going to stay inside. That was my plan. But it kind of compromised my exit speed a bit, especially when he did that. So I thought I was actually in the clear at this point, but I wasn't, because he had more speed now. And I missed a gear, which really didn't help. This is where it goes wrong. So these two guys basically, I think he goes into him on the exit or something like that. So I'm going down the inside of both of them. There you go. He's basically got nowhere to go, this guy. And he cuts back in. So I'm trying to stay down the inside, keep away from those two. He's drifted out. He's cut back in. They make contact. I've got literally nowhere to go at this point. He's punted him out. I get damage. One guy overtakes me. Ironically, he probably didn't get any damage out of that. I'm not sure. So hang on, let me just see who the names of these guys were. That's Fernando. That's Matt. Yeah, he was the one that was salty. So he was really not happy with what happened here. Matt was the green car with the blue wheels. So he got totally punted. I got wheel damage from that. I don't know if the guy in front did. The one who caused the problem. Fernando Veloyas was the one who caused damage to me and him. Show us Ron's crash. You reckon it was Matt fault for cutting in? I don't know. Let's have a look at it from his point of view. Let's go full speed and see what, you know, what you would have done. Middle guy couldn't find his line. It's a tricky one. Maybe he was being a little bit too... No, I think it was this guy. I don't think he was ever going to make that. See, he can't carry that much speed into that bend. Not given the line he's got. Like, if you look at his line now compared to his, he can take more speed through that bend than he can. So he's going to have to basically slow down to make this turn. And quite frankly, I don't think he slows down enough. He's carrying too much speed at this point now, and he can't make it. So he goes out. Now you could argue that Matt cut in. But let's have a look at his line. So he had the right line here, but he's got a guy coming down the inside of him. He leaves... Yeah, to be fair to this guy, I think he left a full car width. He did cut in, but he left a car width, I reckon. Like here. Yeah? So if there was somebody down the inside of him with the correct speed, he didn't do anything wrong. This guy simply had too much speed. He left a gap though. You can easily fit a gap through there. You can easily go two up there. He did not cut that line. It was him. He had too much speed. And he got punted for it. And then he drifted into me. So, you know, in my opinion, the blame lies 100% with this guy. That's how I see it. There was a dude that caused damage early in the race. Do you know who it was or what lap? Matt's correct to be salty. Yeah, I think so. I think he went on a bit too long. I can understand him being angry, but he was starting to be sarcastic, snarky, and bitter, like for the entire duration of the race. Especially right at the end where he's like, "Well done, mate," and then called him a name. I don't know where the barrel roll was. We need to jump into the next race, though. It was like lap 2. Okay. If it was lap 2, was it near the back somewhere, maybe? Any idea what it was? That was behind me. In that case, let's focus on me, and we'll go for a rear chase cam. Was that the one that we saw in the mirror? Oh, there's a spin out back there. Oh, is this it? Is this it? I think that was it. There's actually 2 accidents. There's one at the back here. Yeah.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Oh, I always do that. Change the lap instead of the car. There it is. This guy. Oh, it looked like he picked up some damage. Maybe that is what caused it. Yeah, he picks up a bit of damage. So I had to avoid that one. And then he's drifting now. And then, look at that. That just missed me, that did. Wow. Wow. How many rolls? Let's go first person. I want to see that. Oh, that's far too quick. And the other guy cuts back into him, though. This is the dangerous guy, the guy that was diving everywhere. He dove on me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Was that 7? Nasty times. He deserved it, though. Honestly, he was driving like a lunatic. +9 iRating, -0.04 to my safety. I had 1 off track, I think. 2 off tracks, 2 X's I should have had. Does bacon come with the rolls? You have more rolls than Greg's? Let's see what happens in the next one. I always end up with a race where I do really well and a race where I get utterly wrecked. That wasn't completely wrecked, but it wasn't far off. Oh my god, I don't understand why it's throwing up like this. I don't get it. What is it about iRacing kicking off that throws up my shadow play? Even though I've got it turned off. Seven rolls. That's a lot of roll. Krispy Kreme trucker. Looking forward to Transport Fever later. Spent the week creating my own version of the East Coast Main Line, which was challenging plus frustration, tragedy, and lies. The iRacing story would make a good book. Thank you, Krispy Kreme. I think I might fuel up for 3.1 and just practice full racing lines rather than qualifying. Green Jupiter with 33 months. Do a barrel roll. Approved Coma. 1 year. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Coma. Tom H with a resume. You have to remove the game from GeForce. Ah. And how do you do that? Oh, you mean in the GeForce application? Gotcha. I don't have iSpeed running in the background now. I can run it. iSpeed telemetry.
iSpeed voice initialized. Please donate to support continued development of iSpeed.
This one.
Lap type, hot lap.
I'll put it over here out of the way. Jesus is behind me. Oh. We used to compare laps later to see what can be learned from it. If I knew how Supernova, that'd be beautiful. It uses the built-in Windows voice.
Yeah.
That's what it does. Just uses text to speak. Hey, I think the back wheel hit something then. Peterbilt, you own your own personal Jesus. I like that song actually. Depeche Mode. The video is weird though. Have you ever seen the video? It's basically them walking around on the hills. It's so weird. It's like the cheapest video ever made. First step is to load a full. Is that fast laps component? Look at the line and gearing, and more complex analysis will come later. David John Gibbons! How you doing, sir? I need to change your name, actually. I'll do that in a sec.
Last lap, 1 minute, 6.3 seconds.
I'm not expecting super fast times because I've got race fuel on board. I'm just trying to get good lines for the race. Guy behind me is probably going, why are you so slow? Because I've got a gallon of fuel more than you, maybe? Oh, it's improved a lot. You're using more of the track, still a bit brutal on the brakes. I'm trying to get that right. Look,
On the left side.
you just go.
Clear.
And then we're all happy. Back in iRacing, how's it treating you? Yeah, I've been doing the skippies every week, you know.
Last lap.
Ups
1
and downs,
minute,
to be fair.
7.1 seconds.
How's Destiny 2 treating you? Oh, that's not good. That's the stuff you don't want to be on. I've got 2.8 gallons of fuel on board. That's rubbish. Destiny 2 has been fun, but I had to come back to racing. Yeah, I saw you... Was it Project Cars you were trying? I can't remember now. I've not seen you on iRacing for a bit.
Last lap, 1 minute, 6.1 seconds.
He was a bit wide. Yeah, can we quit with the religious jokes, please? Because, you know, I don't want anybody to be offended. Oh. Goals running around in the garden.
1 minute, 5.7 seconds.
1 minute 5.7 for race fuel is not bad. Like full fuel on board. Oh, that's not good. He's gone. He's binned it. One minute to qualify. Cool. Pull up over here for a second then. Stop it. There we go. Your name should now be read on the screen, Mr. Gibbons. Yeah, backseat, can you not, please? Thank you. Right. Qualifying fuel loaded. There we go. You disable the high-speed lap readout. There's no way. There's a way to have iRacing Spotter read it out in a compact format. What, as in just read out the time rather than go 1 minute or whatever? Mr. Crawley Snipe. Paul, I would like your thoughts. I'm 53 and really want to learn to code. I ran across a video about a site called freecodecamp.com. Have you heard of them? Thoughts? Thanks so much. Not heard of that one. There are quite a few of them now. And if you find a good one, then they can really sort of give you a nice boost into coding. There's loads of reading materials, there's books, videos, there's all kinds of stuff available. The interactive ones are the best. What was the one that I looked at once? Code something or other. It's very interactive though, like it gives you a shell where you can code and it'll automatically mark you and stuff. I'm not really up on that now because obviously I've not really tried to learn to code for a long time. But there's probably some people in chat that can recommend something. Anybody in chat that can recommend a good place to learn to code? Take a look at Scratch to learn.
Right side. Still there. Still there. Clear. Right side. Still there. Clear.
Tokyo Drift. Why would you do that? Because you're an idiot or something? I really hope that 4x doesn't count.
Lap type, qualify.
There's some good games on Steam like Human Resource Machine, TS100. I don't know. I see I'm probably out of that. Yeah, that better not do Supernova. I'll be very annoyed if it does. It was just stupid. Like, I pulled over onto the grass to sort of exit the race, and he just went... Singapore Grand Prix, yeah. What a mess. Okay, apparently I can't get my braking right in there. Machine key it's called, Jackson. Close. Yeah. Live and learn, Supernova. All these little things you learn. Like, most people just go down the straight. I pull over onto the grass, like, nobody goes here. Or apparently he does.
Last lap, 1 minute, 6.0 seconds.
Oh, you numpty. Oh my god. You see, that's the problem with practicing with race fuel. Never do that again. If you practice with race fuel, then you basically end up with muscle memory that turns in when you're heavier than you actually are for qualifying. And then you cut the track, and then you end with a 1x, and then you end up with the world's worst lap time of 106. That's going to put me at about 13th on the grid now. Once again, I just learned something. I thought I was doing myself a favour by practicing with race fuel, but it actually screws up your qualifying. Ay, 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 ay.
Last lap, 1 minute.
That means I'm going to be involved in the middle of
seconds.
all the mess.
Checker flag.
Learning is painful, it really is. Well, I don't know, Nandes. I don't know if I can avoid the mess at the start. Like, in the last race, when I took 4th, if I'd have kept my 4th position, I'd have avoided a lot of mess that occurred behind me. And then as it happens, I ended up in that mess. Because most of the problems tend to happen midfield, I've noticed. Unless there's like... With Silverstone off the grid, it's a fairly quick first turn, and even a fairly quick second turn. On some of the races where you end up with very sharp first turn, yes, you can end up with a T1 mess, but that's not the case here.
Last lap, 1 minute, 11.
Yeah, field of view can be completely configured. See, on qualifying, you can just go in there so much easier. And then you get to the race and everybody goes wide because they've got an extra gallon of fuel on board. Oh man, that's so annoying. Yeah. That sucks, man. Where's Jesus? Where is he? Oh, he's not in my race. That's good. What's that other guy? What was his name? There's Matt the Salt. Matt the Salt's not here. No, the other guy that caused all the problems is not here either. What's his name? Like Jose or something. I can't remember. Statistically speaking, more cars you have in front of you, more chance to get into a mess. Absolutely true. Silver Yufa, thank you for the resume. So, Crawley, did you get your answer, mate? Did you find out which is the best place to go to? See, I'm not really the best person to ask, Crawley, because I've not done it for a while, you know? Like, I learned how to code a long time ago. So I don't really need to learn anymore. And if I did, I'd just teach myself. Once you've learned a few languages, like, picking up new ones is not hard. For coding, anyway. It's all about the libraries, not the code. It's all about the API calls and the libraries and dealing with returns, and it's all that. The actual syntax is never that hard, really. Well, yeah, PC Tech, traditionally, that's how they pronounce the name, isn't it?
Laps remaining.
It's like Los Angeles
23.
in Mexico is pronounced
Lap
Los
time,
Angeles.
Race.
Right, let's grid up. See if we can claw something back.